So come to the top of your mouth with your blocks like mine, but a little bit away from you. Stand with your feet parallel to the edges of your mat, your arms by your side. Just take a breath to be present in Tadasana. Tadasana is the most grounding and perhaps the most difficult yoga pose. So just be present, the awareness of your heels on your mat, your fingertips slightly reaching down, your thigh bones back and your arm bones back. And if there was ever a day that would be good to practice breath of joy, it would be today. We're gonna do it a little slower than usual because besides breath of joy and breath in general, mindfulness really is what's gonna get us through. So breath of joy, for those of you that might not have practiced it or it's been a while, it looks like this. You're breathing in 3 sniffs through your nose, exhaling initially through your mouth, then we transition through the nose. So the in-breaths follow these actions in the arms. The out-breath looks like this. So we'll do it together. We're gonna do it for a while, slowly, and then when I say out through the nose, you're gonna out through the nose. So come back to Tadasana. And then begin. Let your body just move, flow like a pendulum. Full awareness on breath and body working in harmony. If you have shoulder limitations, Mom, just modify by not taking your arms as up, as high, or as wide. Just really stay present on this pendulum-like movement of the body. And that 3 sniffs in a breath, audible out breath. Keep going. Next time down, transition to exhale through your nose. You still hear it. About 20 more seconds. Next time you come up, stay up. Hook your thumbs, press the heels, take a deep in breath through your nose, hold it in. Hold on the exhale, feel your heels. Another inhale through your fingertips. Exhale, float your arms back by your side, palms facing in, back to Tadasana, arm bones back, heels rooted down. Find your breath. Inhale, bring your arms overhead, clasp your fingers, take your index finger to the ceiling. And reach up. As you exhale, lean over to your right, let your right ear rest on your right arm. Feel your left heel press, and as you inhale, just feel a little more breath, a little more openness on that left side of your body. Exhale, feel both heels root. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, come over to the other side. Inhale, lots of space on the right side of the body. Exhale, both heels grounded. Inhale, come up. Exhale, back to Tadasana, fingers down, arm bones back, thigh bones back. Rotate your upper arms out so the palms face out. Inhale the arms up, palms facing, thumbs back. Exhale your hands to your heart center, fold in, grab your blocks now and place your wrists under your shoulders. Inhale, come into a flat back here, forehead facing the floor. Press into your heels, bend your knees a little. And take the top of your thigh bones a little more back. And then exhale, fold in, let your elbows bend, your head rest down. Inhale, come back into a flat back. Feel the length in your spine. And then imagine a string in the back of your right sacrum. On your in-breath, with your right knee straight or just a little bit bent, you're going to take the right sacrum to the ceiling by lifting your right heel up. Now, so your right heel lifts, your right sacrum lifts, and then exhale, take that heel back down. And then do the same on the left. Lift the left side of the sacrum up. And then anchor it down. Keep going, alternating slowly, tuning into the feeling of your sacrum side to side. And just shifting with each variation here. Good, do one more time on each side. And then land with both heels down. Exhale, fold in, bend your knees, take your palms now to the back of your calves. Press palms and calves together, roll the elbows forward, point the crown of the head down. And then shift your weight towards your toes and towards your heels. Just gentle shifts. And then landing the space that feels the sweet spot for you, most opening in the back of your thighs, maybe your low back. And as you exhale, just feel your torso drop in. Inhale, hands in front of your shins. Take your blocks now to the sides of your feet. Step your right foot back and come into a lunge here, lifting the right inner thigh up. As you inhale the breath, find length in your spine here. Good, and exhale, drop your right knee to the floor. And coil the heart up. Feel the tailbone lift slightly. And just a gentle hammock shape kind of arc in your whole back. And probably if you can shift your weight, is this your bad foot forward or back?
No, it's not.
Yeah, so shift your hips a little upward if you can. And then arch the heart upward. You take a breath in here. And then uncurl your toes, shift your hips back, let your left toes lift. Walk your blocks back a little bit. Inhale, come into a flat back here. Exhale and gently fold in. Inhale, come back up to that first position again. Tailbone slightly lifts, heart lifts, so the whole back feels like a little bit of a back bend. And then from here, exhale, take your whole weight of your torso on your front leg. Walk your hands forward. Take a couple of breaths here and just feel as you exhale your breath, again, that groundedness through your left heel, your left thigh bone, the whole weight of your torso, just dropping into that thigh bone. Good. Inhale, walk your hands back, sit your blocks off to the side. And take that left foot back, take your knees wide, your toes together, and come back into child pose. Take your forearms wide and let the elbows bend, let your forehead rest, find your breath here. And find the space in your body between your navel and your pelvis, your low belly. And this breathing practice is a forceful exhale. You don't have to think about the inhale, it'll happen on purpose. But you exhale through your nose and pump your low belly towards your spine. So it sounds like this. And so just forceful pumps through your nose, feel your low belly contract towards your spine, like you're pumping the belly towards the spine. Take a resting breath. And then do 10 more forceful exhalations. Resting breath. Now stretch your arms long and forward. Root the fingertips down. Lift your armpits up. Let your chest just melt towards your neck. Find length from the heel of your hand all the way back to your hips. On the in-breath, as you exhale, reach the hips back. Good. Inhale, come on up to all fours.
Tuck your toes, lift your hips with your knees slightly bent, slightly bent. Come into down, down dog, lifting your tailbone up. Feel your whole handprint, especially your index finger knuckles press. And then take your armpits towards the front of your mat a little bit more. And then start to roll back on the balls of your feet, so much so that your toes get light, reach the heels back. Find your breath here. Length on the in-breath, reach back on the out-breath. All that exists in this moment is your breath, your body responding to your breath. Good, inhale your gaze forward, look between your hands, take your right foot forward. Come into a lunge here, use your blocks if that facilitates a little more length for you. The left heel is lifted. And then lift the back inner thigh up and come on up with your hands on your hips.
Take your time getting there. See if you can do it with the back heel lifted. So the inner thigh on that leg, then rotate towards the ceiling. And then shifting your weight forward, press on that front heel a lot. Put the elbows towards each other behind your back. Once again, from the tailbone all the way up the heart center, feel the back gently arch. Reach the fingers towards the floor, rotate the arms out, inhale the arms up, palms facing. Find your breath here. As you inhale, feel the length in your spine. You exhale, found that feeling of ground here. Good, exhale, hands to your heart center, come forward, take your blocks on either side of the feet. Step that left foot forward. Line your feet up parallel, take the heels slightly out. And then shift your weight once again forward onto the toes, back onto the heels. Kind of finding that sweet spot, so you can feel your hips right over your ankles, lengthen the spine forward. And then exhale, fold in, point the elbows back, crown the head down. You can take your hands to your hips, take the elbows back, take your time. Inhale as you come up, hook your thumbs overhead, reach the fingers up. Take the arm bones back and the thigh bones back. You turn the thighs back a lot. So yeah, there you go. And then lift the tailbone slightly here, so just neutral arc the spine. Feel the length and the in-breath, the ground moves to the heels of the elbow. And then exhale, release your hands back to the side. Once again, stand in Tadasana, so feel the heels root. Feel the pinky finger side of the hand reach down. The upper arms back, the thighs back. Well, the shoulder blades a little more toward your spine. So notice as you breathe all the way up to the collarbones, the heart's a little more open. Rotate the upper arms out. The thumbs back. Inhale the arms up, palms facing. Exhale through heart center. Once again, fold in, take your hands onto the blocks. Come into a flat back on the in-breath. And then once again, from the sacrum, lift the right side of the sacrum up, lifting the right heel. And lower it back down, and then do the same on the left. And lower that back down, do the same on the right. And again on the left. You press both heels down, inhale a little flat back to find your center. Exhale, bend your knees, fold in, take your palms to the back of your calves, press them together, roll the elbows forward, crown the head down. Find your breath here. And reach your hands back to the blocks, take that left foot back now, coming into a lunge here. With the right knee over the ankle, the back thigh, inner thigh, lifting up towards the ceiling. As you inhale your breath, find length from the back heel to the crown. And then exhale, lower that left knee down. Come up lightly on the fingertips, lift the tailbone. Shift your hips forward, well up or down. So just feel that smooth arc in the whole back of your spine. And then from your hips, as you exhale, uncurl the left toe, shift your hips back, lift your right toes up and fold in. Hold, inhale, come up, tuck the left toes, come back into that Upward lifting onto mass in a lunge position. And then as you exhale, take your whole torso over the right side and walk your hands forward. And fold inward. Feel the full weight of your torso, dropping your step leg, the heel pressing. You can uncurl the back toes. And then take an audible exhale. Just really feel the weight of your body moving here. Now walk yourself back up, set your blocks once again off. Take that right foot back, with your knees wide, big heels to touch, come back into child pose. Elbows bent, forehead down. And find your breath once again in that space between your navel and your pubic bone, that low belly space. As you breathe in, just feel that part of your body naturally expand. And as you breathe out, feel it naturally recede towards the spine. And then take again 10 of those, what's called breath of fire breaths. So focusing only on the forcefulness of the exhale from your nose, start to pump your low belly towards your spine. Take a resting breath. And then again, 10 breath of fire breaths. Resting breath. Lift your gaze, walk your hands forward, stretch the arms long, take your pinky fingers as wide as your mat. Press the whole handprint down, lift your armpits and elbows up. Inhale, feel that length from the heel of your hand along the sides of your waist, all the way to your hips. As you exhale, feel the whole back body grow. Inhale, come on up to all fours. Tuck your toes, lift your hips, come back into downward facing dog. Start with your knees a little or a lot bent depending on you. So aiming on the side up, a lot of length in your spine. As much as you can muster, as much as you can find. So that might mean your knees are quite bent. Yep, and then start to roll back on the balls of the feet to your toes get light. Stretch your heels back, take a peek back there. If you can see your heels, spin your heels out a little bit more. So they're hiding behind your ankles. Index finger knuckles absolutely inverted, pressing down from there. Notice when you do that, you feel a little more light in the spine. Take a long in breath here. Deep out breath. Inhale, gaze forward, exhale, take that left foot forward. And back into a lunge using your blocks, if that facilitates, it usually does, facilitates a little bit more light too. Back and dive up to them. Good, find ground in that front foot, the back foot, and then take your heels to your hips, come up into a crescent lunge on the side. You take your time and roll back on the ball of that back foot, yeah, and lift the inner thigh up. So just you try lifting your heel a little bit more. And then let your hips go forward, take the elbows and point them towards each other behind you. Reach the fingers down, inhale the arms up, palms facing. Exhale, arm goes back, front heel grounds, front thigh bone, drop, drop, drop. Inhale, reach through the pinky finger side of the hand. Exhale, hands through heart center, and you can hands to the blocks. Step that back foot forward. With the elbows back, line the feet parallel. Inhale, a little flat back here. Exhale, fold in, elbows back, curl the head gently. Bring your hands to your hips, take the elbows back, take your time. As you inhale, come all the way up with the thumbs once again. Push the fingers up, take the arm bones back, the thigh bones back, like you're sticking your booty out. And then lift your lower belly up to kind of bring the pelvis into a neutral position. That's just a little arc movement. Your breath flowing through the spine, all the way to your fingertips on the in-breath. And then exhale once again, return to Tadasana. As you exhale your breath, feel the heels really grounded. As you inhale, just be aware of breath. Naturally flowing in your body. Bring your hands out to your hips. Now take your left foot back, line your arch up with your front heel. Spinning the heel a little more towards the back of your mat and your front foot. And then take a moment to lift all your toes, both feet on your toes, and stretch them. And then put the little toes down first. And then work your way towards the big toes, just lightly touching. So really feel the heels and the balls of the feet connecting. And then rotate your whole pelvis towards the front foot. Keeping that strong connection in your feet and then back to the long edge of your mat and then towards the front foot. And take your time, but just notice what you notice each time you turn the pelvis. For me, I notice my left hip tightens, loosens each turn. Stay turned towards your front foot, but press a lot into your back heel. And you have to take that right arm up, and find length from the hip bone to the rib cage. And then with your left hand on your hip, turn your left hand towards your right foot a little more. Reach forward with that right hand. And take your hand onto the block, look towards your big toe. Line your hand up with your calf. And with your left hand on your hip, turn the pelvis again. So here, as you inhale, just as much length as you can get from the hips to the rib cage, which means your left thigh bone needs to reach back. And then as you exhale, coil the heart to the ceiling, but keep the hips turning towards that front foot. And inhale, reach the chakra. Look straight ahead, or if it's your neck's okay with it, you can look at your thumb, but there's no prize up there. Your neck is happy. Find your breath here as you inhale. Just feel the length in your body. So the lines in your body along the spine, from hand to hand, and from hip to foot. And everything lengthens on the in-breath. Everything, especially hips to heels, grounds on the out-breath. Do 2 more breaths with that awareness. Good, now lifting towards your top hand and the in-breath of that reach and carry it overhead. Come up and hook your fingers once again. So press the heels, hook your thumbs, press them away from each other, find your center line, which is your spine. Lift up from that point. And exhale, take your hands and namaste in front of your chest. Take your thumbs right into your sternum and pull your shoulder blades towards your spine. And from that center line, staying upright, inhale, extending arms, exhale, come into warrior 2. Letting that right thigh bone drop a lot towards the floor. Staying in tune and connected with the heels, the balls of the feet, especially your back foot. And inhale, come back into the awareness of the lines in your body. The length of the spine, the length of the hand. You're gonna lift from the center of your head to the ceiling. As you exhale, feel that downward hip to heel. Mental energy. Spin that front palm up. As you exhale, bring the back hand down, inhale, lift that top arm up. Good, now exhale, take the right hand to your block, left hand to your hip again. Lower the block and put it by your ankle. With your left hand on the hip again, turn that hip bone towards your right foot. Inhale, lengthen from the back heel to the crown of your head. And then exhale, spin off it up once again. Inhale, take that left thumb to your ear and point your elbow forward, like away from your shoulder. And then rotate the elbow towards the ceiling. And then I think I did this with mom. And then reach that top arm long to help over your shoulder so your palm is towards the floor. Find your breath here, back heel through the pinky finger center. Deep in breath here. Good, exhale, take that right hand down to the other block, same height as the first one. Lift your left heel. You come back into a lunge here. Long in breath from the heel to the crown of your head. And then exhale, lower the right knee down. And press the hips forward.
And then once again, take the full weight of your torso onto your leg, take your hands forward, uncurl your left toes. As you exhale your breath, find your breath. Feel the ground beneath you. Inhale your breath, walk your hands back, tuck the left toes on your knee. Shift your hips forward, lift the tailbone up, lift your heart up, maybe slide your blocks back a little bit. Point the elbows back. You can keep your right hand in the block, your right hand to your right thigh, take your left hand with your thumb forward. And inhale, reach back up. So from your knee to the pinky finger side of the hand, just feel a gentle lift up. Right hand can stay on the block or thigh, or it can come up. So palms are facing, thumbs are back. Take a deep breath here. Exhale from heart center one more time. Forward your body on the thigh, uncurl your left toes. Exhale, feel your hands root, your right heel root. And then the left shin root. Step the left toes under, take your hands to your blocks, lift your left hand up. And step it forward, take your big toes to touch. Keep your blocks tall on the sides of your heels. Stretch, lift and stretch your toes again. Fan them out, little toe side of the foot down, and then long toe to touch if you can until the big toe touches. And if you look at your legs here, you should see your arches lift. And then inhale, come into a flat back here. Exhale, point the elbows back and hold it. Feel your awareness. Can you feel your hips landing right over your ankles? Feel the grounded connection in your heels. And then take your hands to your hips, wheel the elbows back. Take your time, come up, press on your fingers, palms together, reach up. Middle finger goes straight up in this position, come back. Exhale, feel the heels grounded, inhale, long line from the heels all the way to the fingers. Exhale, palms press right to heart center, thumbs to the sternum. Arm moves back, find your breath. Knees down, keep your hands to your hips, take the right foot back now. Angling the right heel towards the back edge of your mat. Your front heel lined up with your arch. Again, once again, lift and find all your toes. Lift them up, stretch them out, take the little toe side of the foot. Little toe only. And then, see, that's another stretch. One toe at a time. So the toes grounded. And then feel the heels firmly. Rotate the whole pelvis towards your left foot. And then back towards the long edge of your mat. Do that a couple times with awareness of how it feels. Maybe how it feels different from one side to the other. That's surely the case on most of us, including me. Side's more open. And then land, turn towards the front. And stand up on the back heel a lot, and then lift that left arm up. Feel find the space between your hip and your rib cage here, and then as you exhale, reach forward, take your hand onto the block, look towards your toe. With your right hand, invite the right hip bone to rotate more towards your left toe. And as the right hip bone rotates more, the left side of your pelvis reaches back, because it's all connected. It's one pelvis. So rotate the whole pelvis. You see even more. Right hip bone towards your left foot. And then rotate the chest upward, coil the elbow back. Inhale that right arm up. Exhale, feel the heels stand up. Inhale, find those long lines of your body, the line of the spine, the line from hand to hand, the line from hip to heel. As you exhale, connect with that hip to heel energy, really grounding down.
looking up towards your right thumb, reach up, and let that energy draw you upward. Look your thumbs here, reach up. Press the thumbs in opposite directions, opposing each other to find your center along your spine. Exhale once again, hands to Namaskar, thumbs to the sternum. Shoulder blades towards the spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, drop that left thigh bone towards the floor. Raising over the front fingertips. Inhale, find the length from midway between your feet all the way through the center from your head. As you exhale, find the grounding energy, shoulders to hips, hips to heels. And spin that left palm up. Inhale, reach to the pinky. Exhale, bring that right hand down in, reach. Feel breath in that left side waist, space between your hip and your rib cage. Good, exhale, take your right hand to your hip, left hand to your block by your ankle, likely in a lower position. And let that left thigh bone drop quite a bit. Press into your back heel. Inhale, find length here from the back heel to the front. And then exhale, coil the heart up a little more. Take your right thumb to your right ear. Point your right elbow towards the long edge. And then from the elbow, reach up with your thumb where it is, and then extend your arm long. Taking the back heel through the pinky fingers out of the hand. Find your breath, that long line. As you exhale, feel both heels press. Take one more in breath. Exhale, lower that right hand down, lift your right heel up, come back into a lunge here. And then lower your right knee down. And inhale, come back first into this upward Anjaneyasana kneeling lunge position. So feeling the natural curve in your spine. Tailbone lifts, the heart lifts. And just happy neutral. If anything, your gaze is slightly down. Good, and then as you exhale, take the full weight of your torso on that thigh, walk your knees forward, uncurl your right toes. Find that rooted, grounded energy as you exhale your breath. Yeah, and just let your body drop in. Walk your hands back, inhale, come back. Tuck the right toes, come back to that upward position, slide your blocks back a little bit more. Take the elbows back a little bit more, for the heart up a little bit. And then left hand can stay on the block, come to your thigh, right hand forward with your thumb up. Inhale, take that arm up. To exhale, let your pelvis shift a little more forward. And then as you inhale, find that upward lift from your knee to your pinky finger. Left hand can stay where it is, or it can come up with palm spacing. And find your breath. Flow along the spine and the inhale. Moving hips to heels in the upper. Release the hands to the heart center. One more time, take the full weight of the torso on the thigh, hands forward, uncurl your right toes. And then full weight of your body, just dropping it. Let the right toes in, take your blocks by yourself. Lift your right knee up, step that right foot forward, take your big toes to touch, heels apart, lift and stretch your toes. And again, see if you can get the little toe to touch, the fourth toe, the third toe, second toe, and then the ball of your foot, and then the big toe. Arches are lifted, thigh bones reach back, let your torso drop in. Like the elbow tips back. Shift your weight in such a way that you feel the balls of the feet and the heels evenly pressing. For most of us, that means come a little more forward in the feet. So feel that firm connection in your heels. Press down on purpose a lot. Take your hands to your hips. Pull them elbows back. Take your time. Inhale, come up. Press all of your fingers together. And then exhale.
Release them here and set your blocks out of the way. We are going to use them on the long edge of the mat and look. But for now, we're gonna do a standing pose and we're gonna trip on them. So we're there, so you can stand facing in front of them. Instead of the way that you're not gonna trip over the blocks. Take your feet parallel. Come back into Tadasana, so really connecting with that downward rooting energy for the heels, the balls of the feet. Fingers reaching down. And then shift your weight onto your right foot and take your left big toe on the floor in front of you. So really feel your right foot pressing, right heel pressing rather. And then flex your left foot and invite that left into your chest. With the foot flex, that'll help energetically. Keep your eyes focused, your breath steady. Just tap down and tap back in if you need to do so. And go ahead, tap down, as I just did. Back to Tadasana. Feel that left foot heel and ball of the foot especially ground, and take the right big toe in front of you. Get a steady focal point at eye level. That really helps. And then flexing that right foot, invite the knee to your chest. Find that long line, so you feel can come to your head. Exhale, lower that side, come back to Tadasana. Try one more time on each side, so shift right, flex left. Take your time. Steady pose, steady growth. Tap out this time. Inside, rounding on that left side, right foot forward, so hug everything into the middle before you lift that leg up. Left foot helps. If you notice your ankle is wobbly, it's your body saying, do more strength training to your feet. And a long breath in. And exhale down. Nice and shaky. Do strength training for your feet, by the way. The kinds of ways, but one way is with your heels straight back and holding on to the wall. You just come up and do toe raises on one side. When you do these, you want to feel the ball of your foot, not your toes moving, just the ball of your foot, and your heel staying straight back. And your arch lifting. It's trickier than it sounds. It's not mindless up, down, up, down, up, down. Try the other side. So those in the industry who are trying this with me, so you can try it at home too. So it helps to hang on for a wall. When you put your foot down, just look at it for a second. Stretch the toes like we were just doing. The heel straight back, like in down dog when you can't see the heel of that position. And then just come up on the balls of the foot. See if you do it without the toes gripping. And then roll back down. This is essential for all of us, especially if you happen to be aging. Which we all are, regardless of what age we are right now, we're all aging. Key for balance, as we call it, is flexibility and strength in our feet. And then this side. Little shake out. Suppose I go in there. It's not going anywhere.
Better than it was last week, I can get,
Good.
yeah. In my test.
That's your test. Come down in this wide position with your blocks in the center of you. Take your heels out. And again, in this pose, lift your toes. Direct your middle toes out of the foot should be parallel to the edges of your mat. So lift your toes and see if you get the pinky toe. And then the fourth toe, third toe, second toe, big toe. Just lightly touching. It's the ball of the foot and heel that are really pressing the toes, just lightly touch. Take your hands in front of the thighs, thumbs in, and press the thighs back. From the pelvis, come forward and take your hands onto the block. Tall or low position, I think it's better for you. If you can, probably if you are. It might be more accessible to give you a good trip further away from the back. Yeah. Press the heels, and as you inhale, find the long lines again, especially along your spine, also equally along your legs. Good. And then take your right hand block in the center between your feet and shift your hips. Yeah, shift your hips to the right. take that left hand on the block, your right hand on the hip. So hip shift right, and that left side of the pelvis, turn it towards your right foot, and then put the heart up. And then inhale, take that right hand straight up out of the sky. So your left hand is on the block midway between your feet, and train the left pelvis, left front of your hip bone towards the right. As you inhale, lengthen hand in hand, lengthen along the spine. Exhale, feel the heels press. One more in breath. Exhale, lower that right hand down, one hand to each block. And feel flat back here. And then rest the heels as you exhale, fold in. And forehead pointing down. Then inhale, come back into a flat back. And then take a block and midway between your feet, shift to the left. Take your left hand to your hip, and now take the right front of your hip bone towards your left foot. And start to turn, so that what's initiating this turn is the pelvis. So, can't say that enough, it's the right hip bone to your left foot. And then the belly, ribs, chest, just follow the pelvis. Inhale that left arm up. Exhale, reach the top of your thighs back. Inhale, lengthen along your spine. Good, exhale, release that hand. Inhale, flat back here, and exhale, fold all the way in. You can take your hands to the back of your ankles or your calves. Roll your thighs where you can reach, and roll the elbows forward, let the crown of the head pointed. Then press into the heels, take your hands to your hips. Take your time, come out. Step your feet back in, with the legs and the shape. Good, now take your blocks out of the way. And come to a seat with your blankets nearby. We will use them, we're not gonna use them right now. In fact, sit facing the long edge of your mat, just whatever way allows you to see best. Take your feet right over your hips. And then let both knees, so they're wide apart, let both knees go over to your right. And you go opposite, just for people on screen. Yeah, and then take your left hand to your right thigh, and just scooch the flesh of that thigh bone and buttocks behind you, so you feel like you're sitting on the thigh bone there. Yeah, so there should be plenty of space between your front foot and your back knee, yeah. And then take your left hand between your legs, your right hand behind you. And lift the whole spine. Well, this one's all about the pelvis. So your left pelvis, turn it towards your right knee. Left from your hip bone rather. The whole pelvis turns together. So when you do that, you should feel the sitting bone with a lot of space off the floor. Yes? Let that lift, but think about, it's not gonna happen. Think about that left thigh bone connecting with the floor. So let the left thigh bone drop down, but turn like you're rotating the whole pelvis over the thigh bone. Yep, and then walk your hands now in front of that right knee, hands plenty wide apart. Stand up, your right thigh bone and spin the pelvis over both thigh bones. You start to walk your hands behind you wherever it feels good, so you feel that turning of the pelvis. And once again, let the full weight of the torso or yourself drop in wherever. You don't have to connect torso and thigh bone, but easy to do. Maybe you will rather. Let your elbows be wide and plenty of space for your chest there. Stand up on the sides of your feet. So the whole pelvis is turning to your right, but that left thigh bone is reaching towards the floor. That's like your anchor. And find your breath and pose, whatever your shape looks like. You might, by the way, have your forearms on blocks or a blanket. That's perfectly brilliant. Slowly, just walking hands down. Lift your knees up,
Back to the center, so Peter, why did they reveals, we say even of the city bones, then drop both feet to the left. Get plenty of space between that right knee and left heel. Left, right hand between your legs, left hand behind you. Take your hand and keep the flesh of that thigh kind of behind you. Good, and then inhale, find that upward lift in your spine, so you're standing up on the little toe sides of both feet. And then let that right sitting bone lift, actually try the right hand on the outside of the left leg, actually the other side. So pressing the two together, feel the whole pelvis rotating around that right thigh bone. And then we can right thigh bone down, but spin the pelvis to the left knee a whole bunch. And then start to walk your hands right apart over to the side, maybe even more towards the back side of your body. And spin, spin, spin from the pelvis, the rest of the body will follow. And then let that right thigh go, just descend towards the floor. And you find your breath in. Now we walk with one step. And back up. Keep your legs free. Grab a blanket. Just a regular hot hold. And sit on the round and sit on your legs out straight. And sit in such a way that when you take your hands by the side of your legs and you roll forward on your sitting bone, you're right on the edge of that blanket, so you should feel your lumbar spine come slightly forward. Take your feet about the distance apart, and take your right knee up. So you can put the heel right about at the sitting bone level with some space between your foot and your leg. Take your hands to the front of that knee as you inhale, lift up, stand up on your right foot, your left leg bone. And then take that right hand behind you and take the left knee in front of it. Let that both your knee look straight ahead. So lift up. Stand up on your right heel. This is all about the pelvis again. Drop the chin and spin the pelvis towards your right. Keep spinning, walking that right hand behind you more. And then just let the rest of the body follow. It's all about the pelvis here. Inhale, find that lift in your spine. And then exhale, just allow your body to turn as deeply as it feels good to you. Chin towards your chest, and the back line of your spine is in a happy neutral position. And take one more in breath and exhale, release. Keep that leg out. And bring it on out. So we got your heel in line with your sitting bone and bite that leg in. Little space between your foot and your thigh, as you inhale, draw the whole spine. And then put the elbow in the front of the knee, left hand behind, look straight ahead. So we always want to start these twists with our head, or we're going to start with the pelvis. So stand up on a straight leg, the planted foot, find that lift first. And then as you exhale, start with the right side of your pelvis, turn it to the left. And then the belly kind of feels like a wash, I mean, down, you keep the arm and legs snug together. And then the chest follows the belly, and the head definitely just follows, and sometimes it's not making the way. As you inhale the breath, find that lift in the spine. As you exhale, stand up more firmly on flat foot and right thigh. And take another deep breath in. Really exhale, come back to the front. Use that leg. So that may be your twist. I'm going to show you many options. We're going to just do one more though. So you might stay as you were, if your foot will stay flat on the outside of the opposite thigh and you cross it over. If it lifts, just keep it on the inside. Your left leg can come to the outside of your right hip, but if that makes you sit like this, don't do that, keep that leg straight. Start with both hands in front of that, and you can find your center again, so if you're sitting like I am, you have both sitting bones and the right one grounded. And then you take that left arm in front of the knee and right in, so this might be your arm hold, or if you have to reach to take the upper arm on the outside of the leg, above the knee, you can do that. Right hand behind you, look straight ahead regardless of what position you're in right now. Find your end up, find that lift in the spine. Remember, this is all about the pelvis. So as you exhale, spin the left, and the hip bone, left pelvis to the right. So you can walk that right hand behind you a little more with the elbow pointed back. And then slowly, I'm not even to my waist yet. So keep your arm and leg pressing. Pouring out the waist, yeah, and then take the ribs. And then the chest, you feel the shoulder blades coming a little more towards your spine. And then last thing to go is the head, it just naturally follows whatever position the chest is pointing. You find that lift in the in breath, everything coming in, really feel the arm and leg connection, whatever hold you have, on the out breath, feel like you're standing up on both feet. Take another long deep breath in. Release, release. It's that way. And take that left leg only over the open spot. Right foot to the outside of the left hip, only if both sitting bones are rounded. And then, yeah, and so it's fine if both sides are not the same, absolutely fine. You're pretty normal. And then again, find the lift first. And the arm position might stay like that, or if you get the upper arm on the thigh above the knee, that works. Take the left here behind you, start straight ahead with your gaze as you inhale, find that lift. And then as you exhale, let the right side of the pelvis lead this twist. And then feel the belly get involved. And only then the ribs. And only then the chest. And only then the head. You stand up, looking it on both feet. Feel that upward lift breath. Your whole spine. And feel that firm grounded connection. As you exhale and connect your feet, your thigh bone, your sitting bones to the ground. And take another in breath. And then the exhale, release to back to the front. That's actually, before we go to the floor, let's take your feet, take the block and send it. Then take a block between the feet like this, so soles of the feet on the block. The block is right in line with your pubic bone, right in the middle of your body. And your feet wide apart, like right away from your body. So press your feet into the block, tip your hands on your ankles. Roll forward in the sitting bones and take a pause here to just be aware of your center, getting center axis in your spine, but then also the inward pressing of your feet and how that connects with feeling balanced in your inner thighs. So if one thigh feels a little tighter, press the opposite for a little more or less than you as you're pressing that side. So see if you can press in such a way that everything in your body feels balanced here, even with your hands and your ankles, how much your shoulders drop down from your ears. Find your long breath. Like this one. And then remember how spine is came here. Just tip the front of your hip bones a little more towards your feet. Lock your hands, maybe a little more forward, invite your elbows a little more forward. Think hip bones towards the front of my feet, so the pelvis is just rotating forward. And your hands might end up resting comfortably on the block, or just staying on the feet, or resting on the floor, wherever they feel good to you. So it's just a gentle but even pressing of the feet. Awareness of breath one more time in that space between your navel and your pivot bone. And then slowly walk your nose down. Let your block off to the side. Use your hands to bring your legs up, come off that blanket. So for Shavasana, we have a couple options, there are two blanket options. So if your low back is bothersome, you can take a roll and put your roll for your knees. But if that's not an issue for you, and you feel like you're laying in my heart in the Shavasana, you can take from here, just a half fold. And have the rolled edge towards the top of your mat. And then take the other blanket. Like here, have an eye pillow or a strap you can use to cover your eyes, it's always lovely. Just open it up on the front. Just one half fold. From your hands, but no, the other way. Yeah. You have to get the rolled edge towards you. Yep, and the other blanket here. And take make sure this one is, you've got a 30 mat left behind you, so you're gonna land with. So I'd like to take my elbows out and shift my hips forward. You're gonna land with your shoulder blades smack dab in the middle of this, and then let your upper shoulders roll off of it. So they feel like they're just drooping towards the floor. Your arms end up in between these two blankets. And this one under your head, just make a little roll on your neck, so your neck is supported. It's like this, your arms are between both blankets, your palms are up. It's nice to take your glasses off so your eyes can rest. And extend your legs one at a time with your heels apart, your toes off to the side. So if this upper body position isn't comfortable for you, you can scrap it and just stay in classic Shavasana. Or have a roll on your knees. Let your eyes softly close, drop your chin towards your chest. Drop your gaze towards your chest. And then let your breath follow your awareness. Right into the center of your heart. For your inward gaze, just observing this part of your body. The heart center. And your awareness simply noticing. The breath, expanding the heart and the in-breath. The breath receding and a bit more softness on the out breath. In this moment, let all that exists be your breath. Awareness of breath in your body. Especially the heart center.
Inspiring moments, just allow your awareness to be absorbed in art. Slowly begin to bring a hint of awareness back to the outer body. Notice the point where the back of your shoulder blades are connected with the back of your blanket. The space in the back of your head. Touching that blanket. And gentle touch of air on your skin. Then one knee up and then the other. You can take your right hand on top of the heart, your left hand on top of the right, fingertips touching. And pausing here to just honor heart energy, heart wisdom. Knowing you can move into that space. As frequently as often as you need to, which I would say, do it often, especially now. Roll to your side. Resting for level 2. Use your hands for support as you come back up to a seat. Spine wall. Shoulders in. Center left hand over the right, just touching. Just pausing to honor our energy and wisdom. For your hands and arms to the point of heart and acknowledgement. And wisdom of the heart. And then bowing. Symbolically bowing so that the head drops in deference to the heart.
to the ground. Better. Yeah.
Bye, honey.
Bye.